a little something different on the Vancouver side today. We're going to take a look at 2 ways to get your food. And in fact, I'm going to show you how growing your own food in a community garden is the best way to feed your family.
Whoa, Gary, no. Community garden, gross. I'm here to tell you that a neighborhood market is actually the best way to get fresh vegetables, fruits, meats, produce, everything in a much healthier and easy to find way.
Well, you watch. By the time we're done today, we'll show you how getting your hands in the soil and a little bit of the sweat of your brow is the best way to provide your family with healthy...
Sweat and Gary just don't go together, and I don't want to see Gary sweaty or dirty. I'm telling you, a nice AC conditioned place where you can go in, walk the aisles, pick out the best of the best from local growers. That's what's...
I'm going to convince you. Just you wait. I'll show you what's best.
No. I'm going to show you what's best.
No, I'm going to show you what's best.
Gary, this is the only way. I'm going to show you how community gardens With the growth of downtown Vancouver and the urbanization of the area, we're in need of a neighbor market, and Neighbors Market came to the rescue. That's right, it is the largest grocery store that offers the largest selection of local foods in Vancouver, Washington. Located here in the beautiful Uptown Village, you can find a wide range of raw milk, pasteurized eggs, artisan breads, and the most basic elements that you need for healthy cooking for your family. Also, they offer a wide variety of organic beer and wine, and their produce, because it's local, is strictly seasonal. Come on in and let's meet the owner of the Neighbors Market and see what else we can learn.
Welcome to Marshall Park Community Garden. This is the biggest, oldest, and best used community garden in all of Vancouver. Dozens of people grow food for their families here every year. Come on, I'll show you how it works. Here's a recent addition to the Marshall Community Center garden. These are raised beds, and you can see they're raised quite a distance. The reason is because they wanted to make gardening accessible to folks with mobility impairments. You can roll a wheelchair or a walker right by and reach out and do your gardening. So here's the way a community garden works. It's pretty simple, really. You rent a plot. Now the plots range in size, maybe 5 by 10, 10 by 10, or 20 by 20 feet. It depends on the particular garden you're working with and how much you feel ambitious enough to take care of. Now, your plot is your plot. You grow what you want, but you're expected to take care of it. You've got to pull the weeds. You've got to make sure everything's as healthy as it can. Fortunately, the garden provides water for you, so that's included in your rental fee. You just bring your tools down, work on your garden, grow quality vegetables and fruits for your family, bring them home. Now, Marshall Community Center Garden is actually administered and owned by the City of Vancouver, so you pay your garden rental directly to the city. But we're going to visit a neighborhood garden next and take a look at a slightly different model.
Hello. Wow, what a place. I'm Jim.
Hi Jim, I'm Lynn.
Hey Lynn, I was just wondering, wouldn't you say that the Neighbors Market is so much better than a community garden?
As much as I'd like to say so, Jim, no. I think community gardens are very important.
Wow, really? But don't you own this place?
I do own this place.
Well, shoot, tell me a little bit about it.
Well, Neighbors Market came about because I care very much about the foods that I buy, where they came from, and the growing story behind them. So it's important to me that food is grown sustainably with respect both for the earth and for the workers and the farmers. I found it was very hard to find much of what I was looking for at one time in any one store. And so it came about then, the concept grew and grew. I needed a store where I could shop comfortably, where I didn't have to worry about where the food came from. I could look at the labels and see that it was all natural, nothing that I didn't recognize. And I thought other people would like to shop that way too. The other concept was that we need to be more connected to our food sources. So having urban neighbors buying from their farmer neighbors in the local rural community was an important aspect of doing that.
Cool, great. Well, would you mind showing us around the store a little bit?
I would love to.
Great, let's go take a look.
Welcome to the Hudson's Bay Community Garden. This is a neighborhood garden designed specifically for the folks who live in this area. And we're going to show you some of the interesting features that the neighbors themselves have built.
I'm currently the chairman of the garden committee, which has for the last few years tried to develop a community garden in this lot. They're 15 by 15 plots, and people pay about $25 for spring and summer usage. And we've had the cooperation of the owner to work here and to develop it and to provide produce for the people in the area. On my plot, I put in the tomatoes and onions and crookneck squash. Marcia Noss, she was able to speak with the owner and got him believing that this would be a good thing for the community.
Am I supposed to drink from that?
You might want to start first with grabbing a basket.
Cool. So we get your bags?
Yes, those are all reused baskets. We
Wonderful.
believe in reduce, reuse, and recycle.
Wonderful.
I wanted to show you these wild mushrooms. They're harvested from our local food shed. There's chestnuts here, and we have stinging nettles that have been dried. This is all stuff that comes from the forest. We have a local honey from Hood River, and the mushroom collector also powders mushrooms, so they're useful for savory sauces and things during the off-season of mushrooms.
Wow, wonderful.
Here I have Theo's Chocolate. It's a Seattle company. They use very stringent standards for their chocolate. They go to farms to make sure it's fair trade and organic, and it is certified organic. I really like their story because they care very much about the chocolate, where it's being sourced and how it's treated. We have the Nina Naturals, the VC soaps, and local candle company, but this is my new favorite. The makers have gone so far that they even make sure that the glass jars are made in the US. The soy that makes the base of the candle is organic and grown in the United States, and all of the fragrances are either natural essential oils or the same food grade flavorings that go into your food.
Wow. Is it okay if I smell this?
Yes, you'll like that.
Wow, strawberry banana.
Wow! Smell this!
That is awesome.
Isn't it great?
Gosh, yeah.
Here we have a great selection of Washington and Oregon beers and wines. Some of them are organic, and they all have great flavors and great stories. This is a hard cider. It's become very popular, and great names, and then great beers. I guess I'm going to have to restock. And these are very sustainably grown wines over in Lyle, Washington. I'm very excited about them because there's no yeast, no sugar, no sulfites added to these. These are all aged in oak barrels, and they're going to be unique to our region because they're grown just from grapes that grow right there with no additives. It's really exciting. This is my dairy cabinet. I'm really proud of the raw milk that we get from Dungeness Valley, where they raise their cows on the pastures and the way cows should be raised. We have goat milk raw from local farms, being Finmark and Dobler Hills. Later on, we'll be having pasteurized goat milk also from Deep Creek Farms, who make artisan cheeses. I'm very excited to have 4 local egg producers that raise their chickens on pasture, so these eggs are beautiful and the chickens are well cared for. The cheeses here that are in my store are perfect complements to the artisan breads that we get from our Vancouver bakeries.
Gosh, this is really making me hungry.
Do you do that? Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to contact you. Nina.
Exquisite.
Nina, yes.
That's a big word. Oh, and thank you so much for the tour today. That was wonderful. Wow, that was amazing. Do not forget 1707 Main Street, Neighbors Market in Uptown Village, Vancouver, Washington. I really came away with some eye-opening experience, realizing that the Neighbors Market and a community garden kind of work hand in hand. That kind of blows my mind. They both offer fresh, local product. Well, let's go see what Gary's doing and wrap this thing up.
Hello, my name is Scott Knight, and I love Vancouver because of our beautiful weather.
Hi, I'm Kirk Wright. I'm the president of the Vancouver Food Co-op. I love Vancouver because it's a great community.
You know, I have to admit, Jim, you were right. A neighborhood market is a great place to get great produce for your family. And in fact, you know what you can really do? You could combine it. Think about this. You could grow things at your community garden plot in season and then combine them with things from the neighborhood markets. And you know what else you could do? You could go to a local farmer and you could get meats that you could combine with the vegetables that you grow in your garden and combine that with some other things that you buy at the neighborhood market. Community garden. Imagine the great options, Jim. There's so many wonderful ways to get local food. Who knew there were so many great things we could pick up around here? I just love it. And imagine this, Jim. You could take an entire meal, including maybe wine from a local winery, and develop it for your friends and your family and your employees and your staff. Everybody could take part eating this meal. It could be like a neighborhood meal.
Hey guys, it's been fun. We'll see you next time on the Vancouver Side.
And you could even have everybody over to your house. There could be all kinds of various fresh, local, natural foods and vegetables and things like that. Imagine you could get your wife to cook some things up. You could invite a whole bunch of friends over. And think about this. You could even do it as a fundraiser for a great small organization. There could be these local meals that were created as fundraisers for places like the Children's Center or Share. And you know what else you could do? Think about this. You could try this.